Welcome to Management 2115. It's our Human Resource Management course. I am your instructor for the summer term. It is an honor and privilege to serve as your instructor manager for the next 8 weeks. It is shortened this term, so it's going to be very intense. Let me warn you now. Intense, but interesting. Now, the textbook that we're using for this class is our, we're using the Human Resource Management textbook. The authors are Rue, Ibrahim, and Byers. It's a 2016 11th edition. And we're also using the Connect software, the platform through McGraw-Hill, who is the publisher for the textbook. We're going to be using that platform in addition to Blackboard. So you've gone through the Blackboard orientation, when you went into the course room, you see that I also provided you information about how to register with Connect. If you have the actual textbook, you'll have the a registration code that you can be able to use. So your quizzes, exams, some other information will be part of and accessed through Connect. Now, you've read my bio, hopefully. It is brief, but it shares a little about me. You can also go to my site, NatashaForeman.com. You can go to my public Facebook page, which is at Natasha Foreman Bryant and the number 1, and connect with me there. I actually created that Facebook page because previous students had said, Professor Bryant, we want to send you a friend request on Facebook, and I was like, no. My Facebook page is for family and friends. And so then they said, well, at least have a public one for us. So I did that. So in honor of my students, you guys now have access to me on Facebook, where I try to keep it updated and share information and share some of the content that I share on my private account, as well as what's going on with me. So you'll find out a lot about me personally and professionally through both of those resources. But just a day or two ago, a student in another class, because I also teach Management 1100, which is Principles of Management, a student in that class said that she was very interested in learning more about my career as a business management consultant, because she wants to go into customer service consulting. So I have taken that. So I will actually be creating doing a Q&A video. But I'll also have a video that shares more about me and what I do, what led me to both the career as in business management and also as a college instructor. And I'm looking at either one of two scenarios. Either you will submit questions to me and I'll answer them in a recorded video, or we'll do a live video which allows you to ask me questions live. That may not work because one thing about dealing with a college course is that you guys have work schedules that are, especially because you're taking an online class, your work schedules are all over the place, and so the turnout may not be enough to support a live Q&A, So we may just do where you guys can submit your questions in advance and then I can answer them through the video. So with that, let's go over some housekeeping. Our course started Wednesday, which was yesterday. Our week ends on Tuesday. I end my week on Tuesday. I don't know what your other instructors do in their classes. Some end theirs on, have coursework is due on Sunday, some have it on Monday. I give you basically a full week. So it's easier that way. We start on Wednesday, we end on 11:59 p.m. on every Tuesday. So every week you'll have a discussion, question, or topic that you need to jump right in with both feet. And you'll have until Saturday to make your first post. So for instance, discussion 1 for week 1, your discussion is an introduction, and I kind of helped, prep you a little bit, gave you some questions, some things to talk about, and you have until Saturday to go into the discussion area, respond to that, introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about you, and then you have until the following day, Sunday, to seek out 2 or more of your classmates and read their post and then respond to them. And if there's any similarities, if you end up finding out you live in the same area or you have the same interest, where you can actually start a conversation and get to know your classmates better. Then those conversations, as they unfold and they develop, will continue all the way until 11:59 p.m. on Tuesday. At that point, you need to wrap up the conversation. Of course, you may continue after that, but as far as what you're being graded on. So any post that's after Saturday, that first post is late. Any post to your classmates after Sunday is late. So you're going to lose points. So I just want to give you a heads up on that now. So this first week, you will participate in that discussion. It's worth 25 points. You'll see there's a syllabus that's posted in the course information section. It's in the lessons, and it's also part of the announcements. You'll be able to read that. You need to read it thoroughly, so you know. There's nothing worse than I always, every semester, have a student who there's something that comes up, and I'm like, it's in the syllabus. So read that thoroughly. Then you'll go and you'll also go and get the syllabus acknowledgement form. That is located in the course information area. It's also located in the lessons area. And read that form, because it's your agreement with me that you understand what was said in the syllabus, you understand how many points are required to pass this class, how many points are the grand total for the class, that you're going to turn working on time, so on and so forth. You then submit that to the Dropbox. That is worth 15 points. You also have a self-assessment, and this is where you really get to see where you are. There's no wrong answers, right? As far as it's just really looking at you and how you see things. It doesn't make you bad or good. That assessment is worth 10 points. There's the first week of class, I never assign any there's never any assignments or reading involved. Why? Because most of my students are still getting their textbook, and that raises the anxiety level through the roof. I'm not trying to have you super anxious coming into the classroom. So we don't worry about that. If you already have your textbook, please start reading. I can tell you now that your first reading for next week will be chapters 1 and 10. Chapter 1 is Human Resource Management, a Strategic Function, and Chapter 10 is on Career Development. So get started now. Get a move on things so that you then can always kind of stay ahead of things. Let's see. Let me go ahead and cover some other things. Office hours. I don't have an office on site. This is my office, so I'm not on campus. I don't have an on-site office, so you have some options. You can email me and then I'll respond. We can do a web call where we use Skype or Google or any other platform. We can, if it is imperative that you see me face to face, we can meet on campus. We can arrange a time to meet on campus, and we can do that at that point. Something else that's important to know is that you send me an email, understand that I respond within 24 to 48 hours. Sometimes your emails, depending on how you word it, it may fall into spam, so I may not see it. it's best to email me. When you send messages through course messages in Blackboard, I don't always see those. They don't always pop up for whatever reason. And let's see, there was something else. I covered that. I wanted to also make sure that you guys understand that this is management as a whole is a broad topic. It's being narrowed down a little bit because we're talking about human resource management, but this is even still a meaty topic. This is not an easy course. I will say that by using the Connect software, it is much easier than what I would deliver if I just had full rain, if I did not utilize that. And you'll see that I actually bring in my own like a case study, or mock case studies that I bring in as well, so that it's not a multiple choice closet that you're in a sense. So there's a lot of interactive stuff. You'll see I'll have lecture videos that I've created for your course, so you'll hear my voice every week. And then I will also provide various links and PDFs to various articles and things that are going on that kind of help tie to management as a whole and human resources specifically. And it's very important. It doesn't matter whether or not you want to be in HR, whether or not you want to be a manager, or you want to own a business. I think it's vital and it's valuable information to have, so that you truly understand what an organization should have. And when you look back through all the organizations where you've worked, and possibly even where you currently work, you can see a lot of holes. Like, some organizations look like Swiss cheese because there's so many holes in that they need filled. And this class can actually help you see that, address it, and possibly be a solution to your employer. And if you are the employer, you can actually start to save yourself and your business before you have some major issues. Because human resource managers should actually be, if you have your COO, you're right, the chief operating officer on your left, your human resource manager should be on your right. They are the person who, and the persons who are really responsible for your biggest resource in your company, which are your employees. Basically the bulk of your budget to operate your company is going into taking care of your employees for the most part. So having that person there to help you guide and steer the company and all of your resources, it's valuable. And I am passionate about it because there's too many organizations out there who just see the HR department or the HR person as someone who's helping with payroll, or they help with the onboarding, oh, well, they took in the application. No, it's more than that. They're not just the person that you see on your way in the company on the way out. It's much more than that, and we will go through that extensively over the next 8 weeks. So with that, if you guys have any questions, please send me an email at nbryant@atlantatech.edu. And I look forward to the future Q&A session, look forward to meeting all of you virtually and getting to know you better, and of course sharing more about myself. All right, well, with that, have a wonderful day.